Hey, good morning, Golf and God this morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning, and I hope you all are doing well. I want to talk this morning a little bit about perception, and we can relate this to golf. We can relate this to life, but a little bit of background for you. Let me give you a couple of verses here. Isaiah 42:20 says, "He sees many things, but does not observe them. His ears are open, but he does not hear." Then one more from Isaiah 6:9 says, "Keep on hearing, but do not understand. Keep on seeing, but do not perceive." This kind of, I don't know. This was something that was brought up to me this weekend at shows, and so I kind of teased this week about you're going to learn something about me that you may not know. I'm incredibly uncomfortable around people. And I know that doesn't correlate with what you see on stage, but I've learned that. The stage performance is what I enjoy. I've learned to interact with people. It's very natural for me now. Off stage, it is very not natural for me to interact with people. My brain is always working. It's always going. It's always thinking about the next thing. I struggle being in the moment sometimes. However, what happened this weekend was, so ideally, in an ideal setup, we show up, at a venue at about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We unload, we get set up, we sound check, we clear the room before dinner starts, before the bar opens, before the club opens, and that way, we're not even visible to you before you get there. However, the reality is a lot of places don't open that early, and we are not able to do that. So we are unloading, we are setting up, we are sound checking in front of people that are, maybe they're eating from an early restaurant deal, or the bar's open for a game. It's whatever the situation. But what happens is a lot of people want to talk with me before the show, or sometimes even after the show. And the perception that people get sometimes is that I'm stuck up, or I'm snobbish, or I'm upset with them, but that's not the reality. The reality is I have 1,000 things to do before a show because I'm there to work. Y'all are there because it's your weekend or your night off, and you're there just to enjoy the evening, hang out with your friends, listen to music, all that good stuff. But that's not the reality. There's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes before, after, and then in the middle of the week of performances. And so the perception is there, but if you were in my shoes or in my group, you would know how much work is actually going in there. And then compound that with the fact that I'm not a natural people person. My brain is always working, always thinking things through. I'm always one step ahead, or I try to be, and that's just natural for me. It's been successful for me in business to be like that, and it has inhibited me in different relationships. It makes it tough. I'm not that's why golf is such a good sport for me, because it's a one-person sport. I can go out, I can be in my own world. I can do that. Team sports were tougher for me. They were tougher for me, and that's just how God made me. It doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong, doesn't mean I can't improve on different things. But so when we look at perception, that is an important entity for me, and I wanted to bring that up because it was again highlighted to me this weekend, and I know that perception is there, but until we look at something from another person's aspect. Let me give you a different example. We walk up to the putting green, and it looks like that it's sloping left to right, okay? And it also looks like it's uphill. You can take that one view, and you can make that putt, but it's much more wise to walk to the side of that putt and assess, is it really going uphill? Sometimes you walk all the way around to the other side of the green to see, on the other side of the green, is it sloping right to left? And sometimes it conflicts. And so it's always good to get that other view as you go through there. This is one that hits me quite often when I'm driving in a city and we're going near a shopping center, the homeless. It is easy to perceive that man or that woman sitting on the curb with a sign, whatever the sign says, and perceive that they are homeless because they just don't want to work or because they're an alcoholic. I mean, we all think that at some point. There's that perception because that is what we've been groomed to see in movies and TV. But until you get to know that person and know why they're sitting there on the side of that curb, our perceptions may not be real. And here's another one. The overweight person, the obese person. We perceive that as a stereotype as they just don't want to work out and they just don't eat healthy. They just eat too much. That could be an accurate perception. But until you get to know that person and you get in their life, that can't be an accurate perception. It's only accurate when you get into that person's life. And then that perception can become reality when you get to see. And so I just thought those were important verses today to think about and to realize that perception is not always reality. If we were always judged by our initial perceptions, it would be difficult as you go through there. So just kind of want to leave those thoughts with you this morning. It is beautiful. I'm not going to make this a super long segment. We've got an awkward tea time today, and so just think about perceptions. I'm definitely guilty of this, but I wanted to bring this up because it was brought up to me this weekend, and I think it's important that we realize our perceptions are not always reality as we go through there. So, Goff and God this morning, thank you. As always, click the share button, click the like button, and there are many people who won't walk in the doors of a church, but we as Christians need to share that word as much as we can. And today's message, if you can think of examples where perception in your life has affected you, or you see other people and those perceptions, let me know. Put it in the comments section, and let's talk about it. But you guys have a good Tuesday morning, and we're going to go golf. Thanks.